we're going to learn about the 3 S traps that can destroy your marriage. And the first one is one that women specialize in: self-righteousness. I'm sure you guys don't. It's just me. We tend to be very much like, he is a big fat stinking jerk, and you know, I am really a pretty good person, and I'm doing everything, and I'm this, and if he would just, you know, does anyone else ever think that, say that? Yes, okay, I think so. You know, basically our sin is not as bad and nasty as their sin, and you know, that whole thing.
Oh, never.
Yeah, well, and I'm not diminishing the fact that sometimes husbands are sinning, and we'll talk about that later, because we're not saying, oh, just turn a blind eye and ignore that. That wouldn't be wise either. But we can have this very lofty position, kind of looking down from our white ivory tower on the little scum below. Why is this a trap for your marriage? Well, looking down on our husbands, if you're married, if you're looking down on your husband in particular, this is especially harmful for a husband. And we know this biblically because God says to wives, a direct command in Ephesians 5:33, that we must respect our husbands. He says that because he knows that men desperately need our respect. So when we have this self-righteous attitude, looking down on him like he's lower the pond scum, or whatever you think in your brain, what does that communicate? It's total disrespect, right? Which crushes him and emasculates him. If you look down on him, he will also, even if it's subconsciously, start looking elsewhere for a woman who will respect him. The next S trap is, believe it or not, selfishness. We generally think it's just our husbands that are selfish, and sometimes they struggle with this too. And so I was kind of thinking, Lord, why are you laying this word on my mind for us to talk about a squadron of sisters? What in the world are you talking about, Lord? We are not selfish. Women are very giving and giving and giving, and we are not selfish. I demand that we come up with another S word. Well, but he showed me that we do this in a very subtle way. It's an entitlement mentality.
Oh, no.
The groans in the room. As in, I deserve to have a better husband, like the one I see portrayed in the romantic movies, or in the romance novel, or that I just have dreamed of, that he would be, you know, Prince Charming. And it's unrealistic, but we believe we deserve this. And it's a very selfish perspective of, I deserve a great marriage, a great husband, exactly how I say he should be. And so when we focus on changing our husband to make me happy, it's like God showed me that is a never-ending quest. Because he will never make you perfectly happy, and so you're just going to keep on trying to change him here and change him there, and maybe if I could just fix this, and if I could just fix that, and it's a never-ending quest. You will never be satisfied. Your husband also will either avoid you or stubbornly resist your attempts to fix him. What I mean by silence is the refusal or failure to address issues when bitterness is building against your spouse. Another word that you could use instead of silence is unaddressed resentment. So why is the silence thing, the unaddressed resentment, a trap for your marriage? Well, when you don't address what's bothering you, bitterness sets in, doesn't it? And it grows a root that chokes the life out of your marriage. If you don't deal with the issues that are causing resentment and bitterness, you will eventually despise your husband and your marriage will die. That's what happened in my first marriage, just so you know. So don't go down that road. I'm here to say that's not a good road to go down. Your children will suffer in a divorce. You will, believe it or not, suffer in a divorce. Even if you despise him and think, oh, I can't wait to unload this man, you'll still, I mean, it's the death of a family when there's a divorce that happens, and it's not pleasing to God either. So there is a better way, and that's dealing with the issues.